Hey everyone, it's Jason. Welcome to another Command of Nature video. This is for add-ons and accessories and upgrades. Stuff you do not need to play the game, but it can enhance your experience. Some of this stuff might be Kickstarter exclusive or limited during the Kickstarter to either only being available for local game stores that purchase the Kickstarter exclusives, the bundles, or the add-ons, or they might only be available in the Unstable Unicorn, Unstable Games store. So just a heads up there. So you might not, these are never gonna generally hit retail, so you won't see this stuff like floating around your Target or Walmart. Obviously there's sleeves. Luckily with this game versus unlike most of the other Unstable games where you have to have 6 different types of sleeves, there's just one type, the Command of Nature sleeve. Because it's a deck building game, you need to be able to shuffle all your cards together. I picked up 5 packs. I don't know if that's more or less than what I need. At the end of the video, I will have sleeved all the, I'll add a little extra section thing where I sleeved all the cards, and we'll see how they fit in the boxes between the Kickstarter and the expansion. So we'll see if 5 is enough. Hopefully it was enough. I think that's what they told me. We have a bag of tokens, which I'm not going to open up and dump out right now. But this is the little wooden tokens to replace all your cardboard chitlets. So we have the shields, we have the boosts, we have the wound tokens. Then we also have the erosion and tailwind tokens from the expansion. They did make a mistake, though, on the erosions. There's no 3 on the other side. There's supposed to be a 3 because you can add up a bunch of them. So hopefully if you do order these later, they'll have reprinted them and you can get them with them. I don't feel it's that... yes, it's going to make it a little bit more of a challenge if you have too many erosion tokens, because then you're not going to have the other side to flip over to 3 to keep track of them. But I don't think it's a game-breaking mechanic thing either. And then kind of floating around in little spots in here, we have the little experience tokens like the droplet one. There's the leaf one, sand one, twig one right there. Yes, these are just upgraded tokens. Again, you don't need them to play. They're just, a little bit more thicker, a little bit more durable because they're made of solid wood. But yeah, if you like upgraded tokens, it's definitely what you can do. The next thing we have are vinyl figures. I'm going to look at these guys. So Unstable Games has a big thing about producing a lot of little vinyl miniatures for a lot of their games. These ones are different a little bit from the rest of them. So they come in this cool box here. And then if I pull one out, they actually have big old bases. So typically, these guys are just kind of like standing on their own. I'm going to throw them up on here so we can take a little bit better look at each one. And I'm going to slide this out of the way. So yeah, this is going to represent each of our sages. So now again, there's any gameplay value? Absolutely none. They're just fun if you like to have them on the board while you're playing as your character. What's also neat is each one is going to come with a foil version of their card with different artwork. So there's alt art. So if you're trying to collect every single version, so it has a different little hexagon set symbol on there to show it's different. But it has the same abilities. Doesn't do anything special. It just has kind of a neat little extra artwork on there. Slide that back down. So that was our droplet frog, whose name is Torrent. Up next, I'm just going to grab the next one. We have our twig. And I love that they come with the little basic elemental too. We have cedar. Gets you down a little foil. Try and see if I can slide these cards back in. I might just have to wait so I don't wreck them. But yeah, these are definitely neat. So the other one, the actual miniatures themselves are the same size and quality of all the other miniatures. Just the other guys usually come with little weapons or possibly attachments. These guys come with big old bases. and a little bit of elemental things around them. Otherwise, they are conceivably the exact same sizing, same size and everything as the rest of the miniatures. Up next, we have Gravel. And there's there's that rock formation behind him, which is really cool. Little stony right. Ooh, that guy's so mad. He's I'm angry. Little angry pebble. It's really fun. Then we have, let's look at our last one from the base game. Which we have from our Leaf. We have Porbella. Or Porla. It's just a book actually open, that one. Kind of neat, and they tried to match their miniatures to that, and there's a little mushroomy friend. And vines going around him. It's really cool. And then from the expansion, we have our winged character, our winged sage. Cyclone. Would have been cool if they had alternate abilities. I can understand why they didn't do that, because then there would have been people that would have been mad. So like, I have to buy this extra pack of figures, right, just to get an alternate version, right? So I get why they didn't do it. It would have been a neat bonus for people that bought it. But even like when you get their mystery packs, so I've done unboxings for, get the mystery packs that have alternate artwork for the cards, but there's no new abilities on them except for the brand new characters. And then finally we have Dusty. He's summoning a little pyramid. He's got a little pyramid guy there. So yeah, those are the vinyl figures. They didn't make acrylic versions for this set. Like lots of the other games, you make little acrylic standees. So I don't know. Or did they? I bet you they did. I'm dumb. They did. It's in the other box. I was like, that'd be weird if they didn't do that. So here's the alternative. If you don't like the 3D miniatures, you don't want to buy that. They have an extra other set of stuff you can buy, which are the acrylic standees. These do come separate from this box. This box just happen to also have the Playmats, which you'll be able to buy separately as well. I don't think you have to buy them. I don't know if they'll all come individually, or if you have to buy them as a full set. But we do have little acrylic standees for each character. So you can also get these as well if you don't want the little 3D miniatures. And then they'll each have their own base that corresponds with their thing. So it just slides in there. It's not sliding super easy. But that might be because I still have all the film and stuff on there, so I'm not going to force it right now. They have a film on there, so it looks like I scratched it. There's actually a protective film I need to peel off. But we have our different leaders. So if you like these are kind of fun too. You can also get these again to go with all the other like lead or main or playable characters from all the other unstable games, which are really cool. Then we have one for the expansion as well. Now, those 4 came in a 4-pack, and these come in a 2-pack. So if you do want these, you're going to have to get them in those packs like that. They're not going to be sold individually. It's either a 4-pack or a 2-pack for the expansion. But yeah, they'll still have all their bases. So we have like grass, sand, wind, different colored bases. Pretty cool. And I think these guys are about the same size as the rest of the acrylics. They tend to be roughly the same size, but they're not always exactly the same. And then the last thing we have are the Playmats. So I'm going to move some of this stuff out so I can lay some of these out. Again, Playmats are not as a vital thing to have for the game, but they're always fun to get if you like having like an individual. And that's one thing I love about these unstable game Kickstarters, is we can get these Playmats. You can have like, hey, I'm playing this character. You can have your own individual thing. I'm going to try and back this up a little bit more so we can see this a little bit better. So these are a little bit more interesting playmats than some of the other games because they don't have any like spots on there for the cards. So like as an example here, if I'm playing I'm just going to play these guys out as if these were my rows. I don't have a third one ready right now. But yeah, so you'd have like your 1, 2, 3. So you just play them however you want. You have your character board over here. But yeah, then you have your discard pile or whatever. But there's no specific way to do it. And I think they did that for 2 reasons. I think 1, just because it definitely looks prettier without it. But that's minor thing. But I think one reason is because I know you could put it on either side depending on how you want to play it. Plus, if you're playing a 4-player game, then instead of having it set up like this, you're then set up like this instead. So then you can decide if I'm on the left side or the right side of the board with my teammate or wherever. Or if you printed them on there, then let's say now if you want to play the 4-player version, you have the issue of having, oh, I have boxes right here, but now I have to be over here and here. So you did that. Now on each mat is just going to have the 3 champions for each character. So there's our water. There's our sand. I know this isn't the best image, but I can't get my camera to go back any far. Zoom out. Oh, I can zoom out a little bit farther. There we go. So there's our sand one. Now, I don't like that they roll up and go in that box. I kind of wish they made the flat box like they did for casting shadows, but I kind of did it. There's our pebble. I love the, like, even, like, just the 3 different characters and then this. But it's also, like, 3 different versions of the characters. Like, this isn't, like, directly exactly ripped from it. So it's like someone kind of redrew these guys. Because, like, I think the monkey was, like, upside down. The frog was squatting. So they drew new pictures for these guys. This also would have been a cool thing of have alt art for your 3 champions would have been cool. And there's the winged one. So yeah, there's all those different ones. The only other playmat that they have out that you might want to get is the marketplace. So yeah, then we can get a little marketplace map, which then you can have like cards set up here, and then like your 3 revealed cards, you know, as an example. And that's always going to stay the same regardless of how many players you have. Is this necessary? Absolutely not. The only upside also about having playmats is cards are a little bit easier to pick up. They give a little bit of give in there. Easier to slide stuff off, especially depending on maybe what kind of table you have or this or that. That's the other reason why playmats are kind of nice. Yeah, it's easier to pick up cards. Plus, they stick on the table, so they're not sliding. Maybe if you have a glass table or a wooden table that doesn't have tablecloth or something on it, it might help the stuff from sliding around on the table. Plus, on there, the cards kind of stick. Like, they do slide around on here. But it might also help prevent them. Plus, it's a really neat little picture. We have, like, Chameleon guy selling some stuff. He's selling a sword. He has, like, a wooden spear. Some gems. There's one of the shields. I think they're all pictures of some arrows, some crystals. We got the black bear, the bandit fox, a little mushroom, wood guy. So it's kind of cool. Again, not a necessary thing, but definitely a fun thing. Alright, so the last thing I'll add on the video is I will sleeve all the cards, and we'll see how many sleeves we needed and how they fit in the box. And that will be the last of this video. Alright, be back in just a moment. Alright, so I'm back after I have went through both of the base kit and the expansions, and I have sleeved everything. I said I had 5 packs of sleeves. I have 3 sleeves left. This is so including all the stuff, the extra content from obviously the Kickstarter extra cards, plus the extra 6 cards that would have been like the promo cards from the characters. Yeah, so you're going to get at least 5 packs for both expansions, both sets. If you're only getting the base set, I'm going to probably say you could get by maybe 4, because there's 56. I don't think there was more than 56 cards in here. 20 elemental and 2 sage packs. So I can't imagine that them other ones have more than 30 some cards. But you might, so you probably need 1 extra for that. But at least 4 for the base game. Unless you're just getting it off of retail and you're not getting the exclusive edition, you might be able to get by with 3. But I would recommend, if you're going to buy them anyhow, always buy, and I even honestly wish I would have bought 1 more pack at this point, is I always buy usually 1 extra. 1, they rip, I have more extras to fall back on, now I only have 3 left. And then 2 is because then when they surprise release an expansion, at some point, and you don't know about it, so now you're strong. Oh, I can't add this to the rest of my cards to play because I don't have sleeves. I have to wait to order them in the store. And it's either they might not have them available yet, or they might not have them in stock. And I've ran into some issues with unstable games with that. Sometimes the sleeves just aren't in stock when I need them. So when they are there, I usually end up ordering like an extra pack more than I need, so that way if a new expansion comes out. Alright, but here's all the base stuff. The couple of foil cards for the little miniatures. I wasn't for sure if they'd be able to fit extra, but once you sleeve, you cannot get more than the base game in here. So then the expansion can be the same way. It's pretty full, and I put the 2 extra liters in there. So they're kind of separate. It's kind of a bummer that you can't mix everything together. So if you want everything in one spot, you're going to have to find your own storage solution, which I eventually will probably do at some point. I usually do for most of my games. It's also like to probably have dividers for all these, but that's just me. So yeah, they do fit. And then all the tokens. So we have all our shields, our boosts, our hit points, our coins. The coins aren't as full. And then the little things. Now I do want to note that these tokens are a little bit difficult to pull out. The white ones here are fine right now because there's one that's tipped over in there. So it's kind of sticking up a bit. But yeah, once they're flat in there, they're kind of a pain to get out. Same thing with these little guys. I struggled to get them out. I basically had to do is take another token and kind of pop them out like that. Now, again, I have the upgraded ones, which are a little bit thicker than cardboard, so it's very possible if you're just using the cardboard, there'll be just enough extra room in there. So it's something else to mention, and I have the same thing for those 2 over there. So I just wanted to point that out. So yeah, once they're all sleeved, they'll all fit in each of their own individual boxes. So I still have all my tokens in my things, but they'll all still slide in there for now. Be just fine. Otherwise, everything fits back in the boxes, and voila, you'll just have to have the 2. Which isn't, not terrible, I guess, if you have to pull out 2 boxes. I do wish when I do understand why they didn't why these games, they haven't been creating, full collector cases to hold additional stuff, because, again, it'll only be viable if this is Kickstarter and there's extra Kickstarter in here to have a box just for Kickstarter stuff. Because then some people complain, is like, well, then we'll just load it in that special Kickstarter collector box and not that. But then how much room do they leave in there? Do they leave room for 1 expansion, 3 expansions? What if they decide not to do any? If they don't make an extra box, then they're not feeling like they're obligated to fill it. Now, on the other hand, if they made one that just fit these stuff and then they release an expansion, all of a sudden now they don't have room for it. And then people are going to complain they need a bigger box. Or if someone saw the box online and bought it for the game, and they only had the new expansion if they come out with one, and then the retail stuff, all the Kickstarter stuff wouldn't fit in there. And you see, there's logistics. That's the only downside to having Kickstarter stretch goals, is it makes having boxes hard to make because for retail reasons. But that's what we have for Command of Nature. Hope you guys enjoyed these videos. See you guys later. Bye.